Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. General Hospital predictions suspect Cyrus Renault may finally end up behind bars for good as his time playing the Angel of Death appears to be running out on the ABC daytime drama. For a while now, Cyrus Renault has been running around General Hospital, killing patients with a digitalis overdose. His first victim was Sam McCall, who was recovering from a routine organ donation. She was doing fine until she went into cardiac arrest and died. Come to find out, she died of a digitalis OD. But the doctors couldn't figure out why she was given the drug in the first place. After all, it wasn't necessary. The next was PCP Officer Dex Heller. He landed in General Hospital after a stab wound while on duty at Rice Plaza. After that, a third off-screen patient died, and the GH doctors believe it was due to digitalis. Then Cyrus was seen injecting Michael Corinthos, who's fighting for his life after a tragic fire. He said to himself that he is ending Michael's suffering. So Cyrus seems to think he's doing God's work by killing these patients. However, Michael seems to be the only one he would think he is helping. Sam wasn't suffering at all. And Cyrus' motive for killing her appeared to be getting her out of the way for his niece, Lulu Spencer. Then there is Dex, who Cyrus stabbed himself so he would land in General Hospital. Most likely that was for revenge. Dex nearly killed Cyrus once while working for Sonny Corinthos. Plus, he realized that Cyrus was at the hospital the night of Sam's death. So the villain was likely killing two birds with one stone by getting rid of Dex. Clearly, it looks like he's overdosing these patients for his own personal gain except for Michael. However, killing him would be beneficial because that would hurt Sonny and Cyrus hates him. However, Cyrus' time as Port Charles' latest serial killer may be almost up. Currently, on General Hospital, there is proof that Cyrus Renault, Jeff Kober, stabbed Dex Heller, Evan Hofer. The USB agent Jack Brennan, Charles Mazur, reviewed the footage of Dex's attack, and it clearly shows Cyrus as the attacker. Now he's pointing Jocelyn Jacks, Eden McCoy, in his direction. Recently, Cyrus was brought into the PCP for questioning. Unfortunately, Joss' angry outburst tipped Cyrus off. However, there is still footage proving Cyrus is guilty. It doesn't look like Jack wants to get directly involved, but perhaps he could anonymously send the footage to Commissioner Anna Devane, Finola Hughes. Then at least Cyrus would go down for attempted murder of a police officer, and it's only a matter of time before he's exposed as the digitalis culprit at General Hospital. Head nurse Elizabeth Weber, Rebecca Herbst, and Lucky Spencer, Jonathan Jackson, already suspect him, and they're trying to find concrete proof before taking it to the cops. So it could very well be the beginning of the end for Cyrus. The more patients Cyrus kills and the more people join the investigation, the closer the villain is to going down. Indeed, he always seems to find his way out of prison. But this time he has enough heinous crimes under his belt to get thrown in the slammer for the rest of his life. No doubt, once he is in custody, there will be enough charges to put him away for at least one life sentence. So these could be the charges that finally stick and keep Cyrus in Pentonville. GH is riveting and unpredictable. Don't miss a moment to see if Cyrus Renault pays for his crimes at last on the ABC soap opera. For fans of General Hospital, one of the most captivating storylines over the last few years has been the rise and fall of Cyrus Renault. As a dangerous and calculating drug lord, Cyrus has wreaked havoc on the lives of Port Charles residents, and viewers have been kept on edge, wondering when his criminal empire will come to an end. With his manipulative nature, countless alliances, and ruthless behavior, it's hard to imagine a world without Cyrus' dark influence looming over the city. However, could the time finally be approaching for the notorious villain to be put away for good? Let's dive into some predictions and potential storylines that could lead to Cyrus being locked away for life. From the moment Cyrus Renault, Jeff Kober, made his explosive debut on General Hospital in 2020, it was clear that he was no ordinary criminal. With ties to the mob and a deep involvement in the drug trade, Cyrus posed a significant threat to both the legal and underground worlds of Port Charles. His connections to various powerful figures, including his own estranged family, made him even more dangerous. Cyrus was not just a villain. He was a force to be reckoned with. Over time, he continued to manipulate, deceive, and hurt those around him. From trying to control a hospital to threatening the lives of characters like Laura Spencer, Jeannie Francis, he had no qualms about using fear and violence to get what he wanted. But as General Hospital fans know, even the most powerful criminals eventually meet their match. Cyrus has already had a few close calls in the past. His schemes have been uncovered, his alliances betrayed, and his business taken down piece by piece. Still, he's managed to slip through the cracks time and again, evading justice. But as we move into 2025, it feels like the end of the road may finally be near for him. One of the biggest ongoing tensions in General Hospital has been the conflict between Cyrus and the Spencer family, particularly Laura and her son Nicholas. The Spencers, with their strong moral compass and desire to protect the people of Port Charles, have always found themselves at odds with Cyrus. Laura, a former mayor and current city councilor, has worked tirelessly to expose him and put an end to his reign of terror. Her personal connection to him, being his half-sister, has only made things more complicated, as Cyrus' motivations seem personal too. Nicholas, Marcus Coloma, meanwhile, has always had a complicated relationship with his estranged uncle, with much of their dynamic revolving around power struggles. Although Nicholas once held his own in the battle against Cyrus, the tension between them has reached a breaking point in recent months, with both men vying for control of Port Charles' future. The Spencer family's ongoing conflict with Cyrus is far from over. However, the idea of a more united front with Laura and Nicholas working together to put Cyrus behind bars could signal a turning point in the war. After all, Laura knows better than anyone how to navigate the political and legal systems of Port Charles. Her knowledge could finally provide the legal evidence needed to bring Cyrus down for good. As much as Cyrus has dodged the law, his criminal activities can only remain in the shadows for so long. In recent months, it's been clear that the authorities are starting to close in on him. The mounting evidence against Cyrus is undeniable. His ties to organized crime, his manipulation of law enforcement, and his attempts to intimidate witnesses could finally be the end of his criminal empire. If the legal system finally catches up with him, it could be the end of his reign. The question becomes, who will be the one to bring him down? Given the number of enemies Cyrus has made, it would be surprising if one person alone could take him down. More likely, it will take a coordinated effort between the police, the DA, and even some of his former allies who may be ready to turn on him. Cyrus has been known to manipulate situations to his advantage, but his biggest vulnerability is his ego. He underestimates his opponents and believes that his intelligence and connections will always get him out of sticky situations. However, with his power weakening and his support dwindling, he may find himself caught in a trap of his own making. Could his hubris finally be his downfall? If Cyrus is finally caught and convicted, what fate awaits him? In General Hospital, no one is ever truly safe, and the consequences of any character's actions are often unpredictable. While a life sentence seems like the logical outcome for someone with his extensive criminal history, there is always the possibility of an unexpected twist. One major factor to consider is the role of his family. His half-sister Laura might be the one to ensure that he faces justice, but that doesn't mean she wants him to suffer unnecessarily. There could be a complex emotional storyline that sees Laura grappling with whether or not to push for the death penalty or a life sentence. After all, this is still her brother, and while his actions have been monstrous, her heart may still want to show mercy in some form. Then again, Cyrus' criminal behavior has affected so many people in Port Charles, from Jason Morgan, Steve Burton, to the residents of the city itself, that there may be little room for mercy. If the legal system proves to be too lenient, we may see a more vigilant approach, where those who have been wronged by Cyrus take matters into their own hands. General Hospital fans know that justice doesn't always come in the form of a courtroom victory. General Hospital has a long history of unexpected twists, and no one stays behind bars for long on the soap opera, unless their story is truly over. Could there be a final twist in Cyrus' story where, despite all odds, he escapes? Could he take a hostage and slip away under the radar, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats, wondering if he'll return for one last act of revenge? While it's certainly a possibility, it seems more likely that Cyrus' days of terrorizing Port Charles are numbered. After all, many fans are clamoring for his downfall, and the writers of General Hospital often deliver on long-running storylines that bring closure to major characters. It feels like the end is near for Cyrus Renault. Whether through a combination of legal intervention, family dynamics, or even a more dangerous conclusion, the time seems to be running out for one of General Hospital's most formidable villains. While Cyrus may have escaped the law before, the mounting evidence against him, coupled with the growing resolve of his enemies, indicates that justice will finally catch up with him. Whether that means a life sentence, a dramatic prison escape, or something else entirely, General Hospital fans can expect fireworks in the coming months as the fate of Cyrus Renault unfolds.